Tony Hawkins has got a podcast.
Yeah, not this week he doesn't, because unfortunately for everyone listening, old Tony's lost his voice, haven't you, T? Yeah, there you go, he's nodding, which, I'll be honest with you, it's not going to work on a podcast, is it? It's not working particularly well, on a Skype call, but he is nodding. So what's going to happen is, I'm going to fly solo, I'm going to do all the heavy lifting by myself this week. Tony's here, but he's just going to be nodding. I'll ask him questions, he'll nod, and then I'll make up answers that he said. He's actually not really here. He's actually quite ill this week. But I thought rather than just, have another week off, I thought I'll do a podcast. If it lasts 10 minutes, it lasts 10 minutes. So don't complain, because basically you get it for nothing anyway, and normally you're getting over an hour's worth of stuff every week for free. So shut up and just suck it up. It is what it is. It's just me on my own this week. Be a 10, maybe 15 minute podcast if I can stretch it out. Right, this week on my own, I'll be talking about Shrewsbury, or Shrewsbury, you choose. I'm going to say Shrewsbury, but most people say Shrewsbury. Then we'll be talking about Crewe, and then we'll be looking forward to, if that's the correct expression, which it isn't, to this forthcoming Saturday's game against them who we cannot mention. Right, so where shall we start? Shall we start last Saturday with an absolutely outstanding performance against Shrewsbury? Now, before we go any further, I genuinely don't know what we've done to offend them, but boy oh boy do they really not like us. I can't understand that. Apart from like Pete, willing us into existence from nothing, I honest to God don't know why they don't like us, but boy oh boy do they not like us. God, they don't. Which of course makes the result, and especially the performance in the second half, absolutely as sweet as a nut. Man, I don't have a particular problem with them. They are what they are, but it is what it is. So anyway, before we go any further, I got to my seat on Saturday, I pulled it down, and a bird had shit all over my seat. So I'll be honest with you, I was less than enthusiastic about that, but it is what it is. Birds don't shit in my seat. I wasn't particularly happy about it, but the game made up for it. As for the performance from them, I thought basically for the first 5 minutes, of the opening 5 minutes, I thought, wow, these look alright. 5 minutes and 10 seconds later, I thought, nah, these are just appalling. They weren't appalling, they were alright. I think after they had I say 5 minutes, it was probably longer than 5 minutes, but it felt like 5 minutes. I think after that, we just seemed to take the game by the scruff of the neck. The passage of play straight after that, opening 5 or 10 minutes, was just outstanding, and it just went on from there, it really did. I've had a couple of glasses of wine, I'm not going to lie, and I'm doing this purely from memory, but I really honestly thought Saturday's game was outstanding. It really was. The actual play in the second half was as good a passage of football as I've ever seen at Milton Keynes Dons. It really was. They were just, I'm lost for words, as you can hear. Admittedly, I'm going to have another glass I'm having another sip of wine now, as you can hear. Listen to this. That's very nice. You get Mo Isa, and you get him 1-on-1 with the keeper. He's unstoppable. He really is. That was just, he was outrageous. It just was. I thought they were a bit dirty, is the best way I can describe them, but I really genuinely thought that the ref handled it. I thought the ref kept a lid on it, really. They were a bit dirty. They weren't like last night, Crewe, who I thought were just, we'll talk about them in a couple of minutes' time, but they were just, terrible, weren't they, last night? But I thought, these teams, I thought Shrewsbury, they get nothing to play for, haven't they? They can't go up, they can't go down. I just thought to myself, why are you I don't know, maybe it's just, I'm seeing it with the, with the benefit of Milton Keynes Dons glasses on, so it is what it is, but, I thought we'd come off an international break, and it's always, you're always sort of thinking, I wonder if that's affected us, and obviously the fact that it was Shrewsbury, it's always a banana skin with them, because honestly, I could be making this up and probably am, but we always seem to really struggle against them. But I thought we handled it. I mean, it didn't look like we'd have a break. If anything, I thought we'd come back like stronger, than we did actually before the break. I think the break's actually done us good, so hopefully that. And speaking of it doing us good, Coventry and McEachran on Saturday, man alive. I mean, on our award-deserving radio show, we always pick a man of the match, and I genuinely couldn't pick one this week, so I gave it to both Coventry and McEachran because in midfield, they were just absolutely outstanding. They really were. I mean, I don't go for all that Team of the Week nonsense that people do, but I mean, if they didn't make Team of the Week, then I would be, I'm thinking that I don't know what to think about that, if they didn't make Team of the Week, but honestly, they were absolutely outstanding. Something sort of makes me remember that our boy Cumming made a fantastic save, but I could be making that up. I probably am. I'm trying my best to, I'm trying my best to fill a podcast, give a guy a break, But the other thing I can think about is we could make subs. We made a couple of subs. We brought Corbin out and Kasumu on, and you're thinking to yourself, we can bring them, off the bench, and bring them on. Really honestly, if we don't go up this year, it will be an absolute travesty. There was a point last night after we'd scored where we were actually first, but of course then Wigan go and just fuck everything up by scoring a couple of goals and then we're second. But we are second. I know, you're Rotherham have got some games in hand, but they've got to win them, haven't they? And, it's an old cliche, but cliches are normally true. I would rather have the points on the board, at the minute than games in hand. So we're looking, we are second at the minute. It's Wednesday night. The time is, it's 8:45 on Wednesday night, and we're second, and, we're second, we could go up. Unbelievable, really. Getting back to the game, I think there was some sort of palaver about a penalty quite near the end that we should have got, but that's another thing that I'm just kind of, I'm just kind of think, it's just something that's, coming at the back of my mind. I will say one thing, and it's a thing we've said before in this podcast, isn't that right, Tony? Yeah, he's nodding again. Like Lewington, I don't really know what to say about him any longer, but what I can remember is he had such a composed game. He just seems to be there every week. He's there and he just does his business, and you just think to yourself, honest to God, just for someone to be that age and to have a game like he had on Saturday, he didn't stand out because obviously, Coventry and McEachran were just absolutely outstanding, but he had such a composed game, and I was looking at him and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what to say. I don't know. He may well have another season in him. You wouldn't put it past him looking at the way he's playing at the minute. I know he's probably been buoyed along by the younger guys, but he just looked so... I guess the best way you could describe it was relaxed, I thought he was just outstanding on Saturday. He really did. And a team of outstanding players, which they all were on Saturday, he definitely, to my mind, stood out. That's really about it. The only other thing I could think is one of their blokes was down for quite a while, wasn't he? Trying to get the game stopped. This is, once again, I'm just kind of, I'm sort of remembering this, and really I shouldn't, because obviously, like I say, I've had a couple of glasses of wine, so, but I'm sure one of their blokes was like down for a while, when we were attacking, and then when they attacked, he suddenly got up and, he made the old miraculous recovery kind of business, didn't he? But, I could be misremembering that. All in all, I genuinely, honestly thought it was a fantastic game of football. In the second half was, like I've said earlier, it was as good a game of football as I've ever seen us play at Milton Keynes. It really was. We were absolutely outstanding. We really were. It was a fantastic game, and I was quite fond of it. Right, getting on to last night. Now, I'm saying it's Crewe Alexandra. I could be wrong. I'm just, what can you say? I'm not going to say a lot about this because, I want to finish this glass of wine and I want to go and have another one. I'll say this, and Parrott's goal was absolutely... It was a great goal, right, but what I thought was actually better than the actual goal was his takedown before the goal, when he took it down and then he chipped the keeper. That pass, and he just killed it. Stone dead. I just thought, flipping heck. And then he scored. It was it was a great goal. They were both great goals. I mean, like Coventry's goal, just running at the guy, running at him. Shoot, he scored, What can you say, Absolutely. Both goals were great. I'll be honest with you, apart from the goals, it wasn't a particularly edifying experience to watch, They were, like I said earlier on, I thought they were really dirty, you're watching them. And I did say to the guy that sits beside me, I goes, you can see why they're rock bottom, because they are an extremely poor team. They are a poor football team. They really were. They've got some serious rebuilding to do because, they're getting relegated, aren't they? Let's be honest. They have gone, haven't they? They are just like, they have got some serious work to do. They have, because they were just utterly appalling. Stupid passes. They had that little guy they had up front. You just think to yourself, I don't even know why you're bothering turning up, mate, because you're just absolutely atrocious, absolutely, they're a poor football team. It's as simple as that. You can say what you like about them. I was particularly irked at the fact that they managed to get a goal, and I thought to myself, we should be really, I guess the best way to put it would be sort of a lack of concentration from us. It looked like, it was in the dying minutes, it was really annoying. You just think, for fuck's sake, don't score a goal and they score a goal, and you just think to yourself, I don't know, I've never been in their dressing room. What's it like in a dressing room, Tony? He's miming that they would have been really angry, so I suppose, I would. It was annoying, because I don't really think Old Cumming had a lot to do, apart from, pick the ball out of the net on the bloody, when, the dying, seconds of the game. So that was a bit annoying, wasn't it? Really, I could have done without that, but, it is what it is, So, but, like I said earlier on, we sit now, second, where in the automatic promotion places, I don't think we won't go up as champions, because I really do. Like I said it on this last week or the week before, I think Wigan will be champions. I still believe we'll be second, because I've always said that Rotherham will eventually fall away. I did watch the Rotherham game, the old, I don't know what it's called now, it's not the Johnson's Paint Trophy, is it the Pizza Hut thing? And that was a laugh. I just felt, you just think, you got like a minute to go and it looks like they're out, and then, they score in the last minute and they go on and win it. So you're hoping that sort of tired them out. But, someone was saying to me last night, what that's probably done is energised them. So, I don't subscribe to that myself. I think that, I don't know what to say really. I'm just hoping that, God, I really hope we go up. I'm really honestly, to God, hope we go up. Really, honestly, I don't want to go through to the playoffs, because I've had so much heartbreak in the playoffs. It's been heartbreak after heartbreak for me in the playoffs. It really has. Really, honestly, I could not face the playoffs. I couldn't. I'd like to go to Wembley, like I really would, and I genuinely think this team have got it in them to beat anyone in this league. But oh God, that would just, I would be a nervous wreck. I really would, absolutely. So let's hope that Rotherham are a spent force. You never know. We've gone there, we've beat them with 10 men. So, they're not the team they were when when they came here and annihilated us earlier in the season. But that is what it is. Right, I've put it off long enough. Saturday. Now I am going to this. I've got my ticket last night, and I'll be honest with you. If you've got a ticket, do you know what your ticket is? Your ticket is an A4 photocopied piece of paper. That's what you get from Wimbledon. That is it. You get an A4 sheet of paper that's photocopied. That's your ticket. I don't know if they do that to everyone, or if they're just doing it to us because of who we are. They have put our actual name on the ticket, which is that's something that God, that must have irked whoever was typing that. It really must have done. So, but. The ticket, I just thought, I got my ticket last night, and I got my coach travel, because there's no way I'm driving down there, absolutely no way. And I'll be honest with you, if you are driving down there, and I'm not saying this for comedic effect, be exceptionally careful where you park, and do not walk up to that ground. Do not walk up to that ground showing any colours. I could not make that any plainer. I have had I don't know how best to describe this. Such a lot of, let's say, interaction from them, over the years. I'm warning you, do not be provoked by them, because they will try to provoke us. If you are parking your car, don't leave anything that says you're from Milton Keynes on it, because, I hate to think what will happen. Really, honestly, I'm going by coach because I think it's the safest option. I'm a man of a certain age. I'm nearly 60. I'm 60 in a couple of months' time. But I don't think my age would particularly be, how can I best describe this? If they think it's okay to hit kids at railway stations, if they think punching someone's dad, if they think punching a 5-year-old's dad because the aforementioned 5-year-old is wearing a Don's kit, I don't think they would have any compulsion about having a go at a 60-year-old man, especially me with my reputation. So it is what it is. As for the MKDSA, and especially Don's action, have gone the extra mile to get this bubble lifted. So if you are going to this, if you're listening to this podcast, well done for getting this far. But if you are going to this game, don't be an arsehole, Don't provoke anyone. Just just rise above it, because we're better than them. We're infinitely better than them. We're a better footballing team. We're a better class of people. I've never punched anyone because they were wearing a strip of a team that I don't like. So, think of all the hard work that the SA and Don's Action have put in to get this stupid bubble lifted. So don't go fucking it up by being really stupid and, just don't do it is what I'm saying, Think of the club and just... we've beaten them already. We've beaten them because of who we are, We just have. We are a better team than them. We're better people than them. Just don't rise to it. That's all I'm saying. As for the game, if we don't go there and annihilate them, and I'm thinking, I say annihilate, if we don't put 3 past them and keep a clean sheet, then to be quite honest with you, I don't really think we deserve to go up to the old championship. So what I'm saying is, if we don't beat them, we don't deserve to go up to the championship. So there we go. That's all I'm saying. But I'll reiterate this again. Please be extremely careful when you're down there, because all the stories that you've heard, especially from me and Tony, is that right, Tony? He's nodding again. And everyone else that's already been there, don't rise to it. You can't trust them. I'm not going to be eating or drinking anything on that ground, because to be quite honest with you, I just don't trust them, I just do not trust them. So, I'm going, and that's it. So, I'm sorry about this. I've done my best. I'm on my own. I've done my best. I say I'm on my own. Tony's watching me, but he's not saying much. Are you, Tony? No, he's shaking his head now. So, I'm just going to wrap this up. But before I go, I am going to be back on the MKDSA's Friday night Facebook live stream thing. So, I believe I'm only being asked back on, and I'm amazed they've asked me back on, but I think I'm only being asked back on because, let's just say, I have got some interesting perspective on AFC Wimbledon, and I think that's why I've been asked on. So I would strongly advise you, I think it starts, well, I don't think I know, it starts at 7 o'clock this Friday, so watch that, and then if you see me at the ground, don't talk to me because I'm not very friendly, but you can nudge one another and go, oh, there's that guy off the wireless and off the podcast and off that telly thing that the SA do. So that is it. You could... don't talk to me. Don't. Just... So that's it. So sorry, this one's been a bit short. I've tried my best. I thought it was better than doing, something rather than nothing. So there it is. So I will see you both on Friday night on the SA's live Facebook stream thing, and hopefully on Saturday, where no one will have tried to punch me. And I'm only talking about our fans. I don't know what their fans are going to do. So there it is. So there we go. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you, hopefully, if old Tony's got his voice back, we'll be back next week. So cheers. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye.